right, welcome everyone to a little bit of a different video. Recently, there were a few changes to the Vintage Cube, so I thought I'd actually just go through without any preparation and try and react to these changes and what I think about them in general. I think that should make for a pretty interesting video. So I guess let's just jump right in. So in the previous iteration, they added a few more, cantrips like important serum visions and consider, I think, because that would play in like any blue deck, help storm decks, help like prowess strategies. But it looks like they're moving a bit away from that. So instead, they added Simulacrum Synthesizer to power some artifact strategies. I'm not sure how good this card is because artifacts with mana value 3 and up aren't necessarily what you're going to pack your deck full of. But yeah, I'm excited to see if that works out. Then we have another one here, a kind of underwhelming card, still solid, Phantom Interference. And they added Smirking Spelljacker. I haven't read this card before. So 5 mana, 3/3 flyer with flash. When Smirking Spelljacker enters the battlefield, exile target spell and opponent controls. Okay, so it's like an on the stack card. When Smirking Spelljacker attacks, if a card is exiled with it, you may cast the exiled card without paying its mana cost. Oh, wow, that's actually quite the blowout. So the opponent plays a big spell, you play Spelljacker, you untap, attack, play the big fatty. Okay, that'll lead to some blowouts. And I also really like the mana cost of being potentially splashable in some kind of green deck. Then we have like this, the bad card in my opinion, Snap. Same with Bubbling Muck. I think Dark Petition is also bad. What about the Sphinx here? 4 mana, 5/3. Okay, so just like a solid beater. Okay, I can see that. Hired Spellbomb, extremely niche card for Simian Spirit Guide for more explosiveness. Elvish Spirit Guide makes the team over Courser, so a slow, like mid-range card for explosivity out of green. That's fine. Nature's Claim for Force of Vigor. I like that change a lot because Force of Vigor is generally going to be better against decks where Nature's Claim is good, and I actually think you're never going to splash Nature's Claim. You're going to have a heavy green count instead. So, I mean, what's not to like? Invigorate, so pump spell out. Garrick Relentless. Yeah, I'm not too high on that card. Oh, wow, they're cutting this. I actually like this equipment a lot. Like a little bit of Stoneforge here, a little bit of Oblivion Ring there. Journey to Nowhere, I guess. Artifact Synergies also on top, but they just added a hard to cast mana leak. Okay, fair enough. Showdown. I've used it like as a what do you call it? Like a curve topper for some either ramp decks or Boros decks, and it's fine for Winota. So the thing about Winota is maybe it's just good enough that you can kind of there are just enough humans that this card is just awesome as a curve topper. Yeah, I mean, it's probably insane as a curve topper out of Boros, now that I think about it. You get to look at how many cards, top 6. Even if you just hit like a random 2/2 or 3/3, it's awesome. Then we have Abrupt Decay, hard to cast, conditional removal. The uncounterability isn't really huge in Vintage Cube. For Glissa, I don't remember ever seeing this card. So green, black, and a colorless. First strike, Death Touch. Whenever Glissa Sunslayer deals combat damage to a player, you can choose one. You draw a card and lose 1 life. You destroy an enchantment. You remove up to 3 counters from target permanent. I'm trying to think if I would ever like prioritize playing this card. Death Touch, 3/3 Death Touch, first strike. Okay, so we do get to like attack through small creatures, and then we get to like draw an extra card. Just the destroying enchantment part, I imagine, is kind of niche, and so is the removing 3 counters from target permanent. I guess there are enough planeswalkers. Then we have Escape to the Wilds being cut, so that's another like red curved hopper, kind of like Showdown that is fine, but nothing to get excited about. And then we have this one. I think this was in the cube before. Let's see. 4 mana, Legend, first strike reach. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put X +1/+1 counters on another creature you control, where X is this card's power. So just imagine a world where you play, I don't know, Thundermaw Hellkite. Then you get to put 2 counters on it. And, well, I guess that's a bad example because that card already has haste. But I mean, this card is solid. Nothing to write home about, but just imagine a card like Gut or Rebel Master all of a sudden getting boosted and haste. That's not bad. So that's the explanation here. It looks funny to me. Orcus Lumberjack Gruul Beats has been a strong archetype advantage cube for a while now, and with more +1/+1 counter synergies around, we felt that it would be a good time to give the partners another spin. Yeah, another spin. So they're referencing that it was in before, but didn't have enough support because, I mean, the more you can power this up, the better, obviously. And it's a cool way to describe it, actually. Orcus Lumberjack Gruul Beats. That's a good name for it because Orcus Lumberjack is a brick outside of that deck, and in that deck, it can power out 5 drops on turn 2. So yeah, great name. They nailed that one. Then we have cut a Simic Planeswalker, Oko the Ringleader. Whenever I saw that card, it was like if I was Simic or Teamer or something, I would like pick the card, but it wasn't that amazing. It was fine, obviously. And Uro is back in. Uro is so hard to cast, but I think if you get it, let's say you solidify yourself in Simic, and then you get it like late pack 1 or early pack 2, then you have the time to build your mana for it. But I imagine it will be a little, like, just be in the sideboard too often, and I'm sure there are stats for that, so that'll probably show up and get cut in the future. That's my guess. Okay, Lotus Field got removed, and this explanation is also interesting. While the balance screenshots were delightful, Lotus Field was in to support a cluster of storm guards, mana doublers, and untappers that didn't quite work out, so we're letting go of it again. And that makes a lot of sense. We as players, we can only see that many actual cube drafts play out. We get to do one draft, we get to play 3 matches, and Lotus Field is not a card that I see in play very often. So it does make sense that the explanation of it didn't quite work out means it just didn't make the cut. It was in the sideboard too often. Yeah, I mean, that card had some cool synergies with, like, Balance is a good one. Any, like, untappers, especially I like Teferi, the big Teferi, kind of cool with that card. Yeah, I mean, the card makes sense. It's a niche card. And I do love this edition. Fable Passage, I'll play in any deck. That's just, it's a very bad Prismatic Vista, but it's still a fetch lane, it's still fixing, and there's a lot of stuff like Revolt, Delirium, Shuffling for Brainstorm, having X amount of cards in the yard for Delve. Like, this card does a lot for a tap duel. And then later in the game, it's just untap duel, so, I mean, what's not to like? I love that edition. So, funnily enough, I actually thought this was longer, but it is just a minor facelift. So my prediction here is that Synthesizer will not be in it for the long run. Stoic Sphinx will not be in there for the long run. Dark Petition will get cut. The Spirit Guides are here to stay. Spelljacker will stay until some reasonable comparable card is printed. Force of Vigor is here to stay. Normal Lies can easily get rotated out again. Winota is here to stay. Delissa will get cut in the next iteration. This card will also get cut, but it'll be fine. Uro will get cut, and Fable Passage is just a stable here to stay. That's my prediction here out of these cards. But in general, I love all the you get a great insight into, like, what the thought process is, and I really enjoy that. Yeah, so all in all, awesome stuff. Cube is back, and I guess I'll do a few before the weekend is done. So yeah, look out for those. And thanks so much for watching.